welcome back to the second part of this tutorial that I'm going to talk about using the powerful feature of trace with the Paintology drawing app available from the Google Play Store for all Android phones and tablets. So why the trace? Well, the trace actually is a lot more powerful in the digital format than in the traditional way you use trace. You simply put a tracing sheet of paper over a drawing and you just simply trace. And, and the trace is way more powerful than what meets the eye. And Paintology has refined this trace method of drawing, which results in many of the drawings I've done earlier. You've seen called or using a reference image. So you may have been following me with some of the daily tutorials I've been doing for like 2-3 months and completing a drawing from start to finish essentially. So that's block coloring is an exceptionally powerful method that utilizes trace, and I'm going to be showing you some details of how to use it. It's a lot easier than you think. Anyway, before I do that, I want to cover a few resources for the newcomers who are on this daily stream. You want to first of all bookmark paintology.com. This is the bookmark of the paintology.webcom site that supports all the tutorials, community, and blogs. So if you are and very keen and passionate about taking your art levels and art skills to a higher level, then you've come to the right place. And digital drawing should not be thought of like any different medium than a traditional medium. And it's one of the reasons why my artwork always can be confused done traditionally rather than digitally. So when you're on the home page, click on daily step-by-step video tutorials, and then you'll come to this page, and on this page you will see that I've got a list of all the daily tutorials I've done, all going back to beginning of September, and you can see the completed drawings for each. Here, like this lion, this one of a plane. It's on the phone as well. Oh yeah, it brings back memories when I do this. This was done in freehand, and it's the using it freehand to make this drawing. In fact, it came about from an error in the prototype app we were working on, and so I had to finish the whole drawing in freehand. I gave myself a challenge. You may see that stream and the if you go up and all these there, see that was actually the image link, and I might have to provide a description anyway, so please bookmark this page. And the other resources you want to bookmark is let me go to the other is this one, paintology.quora.com. I usually give an update of what I'm up to and what I'm doing on this. So please do follow me on this page. You're going to find some interesting stuff I'm coming across. And remember, you never stop learning when it comes to art. No matter how good I feel I am, I never pat myself on the back. I've always, of course, I feel satisfied when I completed a nice drawing, but I never put my pencil down and say I've reached the pinnacle. I mean, that's to me, that's a joke if I wanted to say that. That's the reason why I can take my skills to very high levels, because I'm open to possibilities. I'm open to expanding my skills. And that's the reason why I brought my skills to this level. And not many digital artists draws like me. That's the only reason. So please bookmark and follow me on this page. And what else can I show you? The other one is the Google Classroom. You'll find a link in the description, and as I've explained in the first part of this tutorial, that each of them contains a unique ID that is associated with the tutorials on the app. So let's now head back to the home screen of the app, and you'll see here buttons, tutorials, community, drawing. There's a good reason why tutorials are at the top. So if you're a newbie or newcomer, don't dive into draw and then use your familiarity to make a judgment about what this app can do or cannot do. You would not know unless you follow the person who is showing you how to do art with this app. And if you're judging it based on the number of tools, it's a big mistake. So please don't do that. Okay, when you come to this, go straight for tutorials and then do some of the paint by numbers. Again, the reason why some of they're at the top and not at the bottom. So you have paint by numbers, which I'll show you quickly. Let's pick this giraffe. Lovely giraffe, and very easy. This is how you do it. You go back on the line brush, now go to the shade brush. So I'm going to select the line brush, go to rotate, there it is. And then how do we do this smaller? Easy. Change the brush size. This really improves your drawing strokes, your drawing ability, and developing the strokes that are required in drawing, and not just digital drawing, any drawing, right? So you're not using tools, you're using your hands to color. You may have come across paint by numbers where they in fact cheat a little bit, and then you tap the number and that gets filled. I mean, what fun is that? The whole idea of paint by numbers is to be able to pick the 1, let's pick the 5, right? You can go through it really quickly. It won't take that long, and then you develop some of these drawing strokes which are essential to gaining art ability, you know. So this is paint by numbers. You can rotate, zoom, and then you can finish this drawing in no time at all. Okay, so let's go back home, and then let's click on tutorials again, and let's see what we're going to do. I want to show you block coloring as I promised earlier, and block coloring is like paint by numbers on steroids. Think of it like that. And it's a technique developed over a year ago when I was awaiting an operation. Nothing really serious, I'm glad to tell you, but it allowed me to really think hard what I was doing with Paintology and come up with this unique method of painting and drawing that does not require any drawing skills whatsoever, no drawings, but it will help you achieve the drawing ability that you've always wished for. So what are we going to do? Let's go to beginners tutorials, right? Let's try that. So let's see if we can find a block coloring. Remember we did this. See, a lot of these icons have videos with it, and that means that means there's a video associated with these. So block coloring. How about doing this very famous painting? Shall we? No, let's not skip that. Let's do this one. This is the very famous Kandinsky. You know, Kandinsky is one of the most renowned abstract artists of the last century. So this is perfect for block coloring. So what is block coloring? Think of this like a paint by numbers. Notice it's got very blocky paint by numbers. But block coloring allows you not to use the numbers, but to use the paint by num color picker. So let me show you what I mean. This is your drawing, which there's obviously nothing at the moment. And this is the complete reference image. Take this all the way to the right. It's a complete reference image of the Kandinsky painting, yeah? So now what we're going to do is we're going to try and make a drawing similar to this on our canvas. And to do that, we simply pick the colors that are there. Let's stick to the line brush and let's pick a generally 7%, right? You can follow along to this. Pick that line brush and then we're going to just simply put this cursor just above the midpoint. And what does that mean? If we pick the midpoint, it means any colors we pick will take on the color of that reference image. So if you pick the color picker, that's what it means. Pick the color, and then this is the color it's picked from that region. Look at that. This is the color. You see on the bottom right? Let's pick that color from that region. Let's do it again. Pick that color. See, it's picked that bluish color from the bottom region. And what that means is, look what I'm going to do. Take a big size brush. It's basically, I'm just resting my thing and you'll find that I've picked the colors. Look at that. We picked all these colors of that reference image, right? But that's not what we're here. We're here to learn drawing. So let's reset this brush to about 7% and let's pick this color, okay? And then let's just do the marks here. Let's pick this black color and let's just do the marks here. Pick the color and let's just do the marks. Pick that orange color and let's just do the marks. You can see here. Now we're creating a drawing. So we got the zoom feature. So we're going to fire away and do this really quickly. So is this a good brush size? Yeah, it's a good brush size. So I might increase it a little bit, depending on what region you're doing, right? So I'm going to go rapidly here, right? Because his drawing is a little abstract, so it doesn't have to be exact. We're not creating features. You see what I've done? I pick this color. So my aim is to complete this drawing in this session, okay? So that's what I'm shooting for. Okay, I'm just picking these colors, and then this one, black, and then this color. So I'm picking where the colors are. Yeah, the different colors are. This is block coloring. So it's like paint by numbers, but you can see where I got the word steroids. It is paint by numbers and steroids. You don't have to use the color pick. You don't have to use the color or look for the exact color numbers, do you? This is the beauty of digital. It has these so many tools that are so powerful, designed to help you. So what is this doing? How is this helping us? It's helping you to understand form, shape, tones, the various colors that make up to develop a drawing, okay? So because you're looking at it really closely, aren't you? So remember, it's not about tools, painting or drawing. It's because how often do you see artists go on about, oh, so when you come here, make sure you use this brush, or, because that will be like slowing down their techniques that they're sharing, and then they don't have time to show you all these techniques. You know what I mean? They simply don't have the time. So I'm going really rapidly. This is a white color. You may not think I'm putting any colors, but I probably am a little bit there. So I'm going very broadly, and this is helping you to retain. It doesn't have to be so precise, right? In fact, when I first started doing paint by numbers, I was like so precise to the edges, and now I realized there's no reason to be precise. If you're, it will still look good. It will still look, and now you've worked speed. You're adding speed to this, and this is a pretty broad brush. I may reduce it when I come to go over it in the second pass. Look at these wonderful colors there. There. Just put them down. Don't worry about the details. Picking this color. This will really get you confident with the block coloring. Right, so this is the Kandinsky, right? World-renowned abstract artist. I'm using a broad brush so I can really go quickly. Right? I'm not wasting my time on trivial details of the edges, exact. If you want to do that, that's like an engineering design, right? And I'm an engineer. Actually, my background is not in art. I've trained most of myself in software programming, coding, you name it. It just so happens that I love art. The act of doing art as well, but I also read a lot of history related to art, and you should do the same thing. Just first develop these skill sets and then get better and better at it. Let's see what we've come so far, shall we? So there. Look at this. See that bump there? I could get that. And then get this. And this is obviously a little bit bigger than my brush. Here I can get that. Capture these colors. All these wonderful colors of his painting. Right, let's see what we have so far. Pretty good, isn't it? I'm happy with that. So I'm going to keep going through that. I hope you're doing the same thing. It's wonderful, isn't it? Here. And because I'm using a big brush and I'm working rapidly, I can lay down these colors really quickly because, I'm working at a limited time. Always assume that you need to do something in a specified time period, okay? You may think it's just leisurely, but you really want to develop the skills, then you need to work with speed, okay? And then the speed will come naturally. You won't have to even try hard. It just comes to you naturally. And that's why you see when I'm doing this, I don't really feel I'm pushing myself. I just feel that I'm making a nice drawing. And I want to see my drawing earlier than later, But as a beginner, obviously you haven't developed these speed techniques that I'm doing, But it will come if you do more of these block coloring, right? There's plenty of these examples all in the tutorial section, so please go through them. I haven't actually done this. When I first did the block coloring, as I was explaining earlier while I was in hospital awaiting an operation, I did it with Will Smith, and I was like so taken back with what you could do with this color picker. Then I decided that I'm going to include it in Paintology, and then I did the next one which was, if you, everyone pretty much knows this, the famous Haywain painting by John F. Constable. This is where there's a cart on the marsh. I think it was taken in Sussex. And he drew this lovely picture of the cart on very marshland with a beautiful background at the back. And then when I started using block coloring, I had to zoom in, obviously, like this, right? And then I noticed that because they draw on bigger canvases, they create quickly mishmash of these colors, right? Of what looks like a cart, but if you look at it in details, it's really pretty like poorly done. But yet, when you step away and look at the painting from afar, it looks like realistic. It almost looks realistic, right? And that's what it is. This is the way, that's why I'm able to, I don't focus on precise details. If you do, then you're really going into the realm of hyperrealism, and to me, hyperrealism isn't going to expand your skill set, honestly. Hyperrealism is just getting tones that's very precise. If you want to do hyperrealism on this drawing, which means getting an exact replica of what you have in the original reference, it would mean zooming in even more. If your fingers won't zoom in anymore, click on this zoom function. Look how far it goes. Right. Now I can really reduce this brush to 0.34%, and then I could spend 3 months doing this. You know what I mean? You can spend a whole month just doing this. That's all they're doing. They're mixing colors and getting the exact tones. Hyperrealism is about getting the exact tones. I could do this. Do you think I really want to? I don't think so. This is at 790%. So I'm going to go back to what we're doing. I think we had 4%. See how we're doing. Oh wow, it's coming out nicely. This would make a nice Christmas present for someone. I'll send the picture off to someone. So this is my own drawing. People don't believe me when I do some of these drawings. Some of them come back with really, really shameful, embarrassing, premature comments like, oh, with computers you don't have to do anything. It's all been done by the computers. Really? You know, they don't know what they're talking about, but yet they feel they can comment on it. But I'm not surprised, because most of the digital art is done using lots of tools. It just so happens that I use a different method, and it's the method of traditional. That's the dark color, and I'm going so closely there. Not worried about the details. Perfect. Don't worry about the detail. Just do the coloring. Color picker. Color picker. And there's a dark band of colors. And I'm not even worried about getting it perfectly on the edge. It will just come out just as nice, I'm pretty sure. If you go too far out, then obviously correct it. You see how I'm going to take that round brush and do this color. This Kandinsky painting was actually, I used the GIMP app to make it a little bit more easier to do. But it's one of those famous paintings which I believe he used the oils for doing this. Okay, so just very rapidly, don't even think. Alright, you'll notice there are different colors as well going on here. So make sure you add that as well. Don't always add the same tone just because you can't really see it. See those tones? Pink, well, sort of, see that? Just get the shape of that. That's it. That's all you need to do. Really fun. Okay. Around here. Alright. There you are. So, sorry about the noise, but I think you're probably lost in the process of drawing anyway. Okay. Okay. You're doing pretty well, yeah. So, and then I'll look at it again. Don't forget to save your work as well, you know. Right, so here. You, okay. So really going fast. You know, picking all these colors. It's actually a good exercise. I do like it. It's another dark color which we didn't get. And then when you'll find that you leave a little few of the dots, white areas that you haven't touched, and you can touch those at the end. But let's see what we've done so far. That's coming out pretty nicely. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to save this and then open it up. Remember, I'm working with a prototype, so you are obviously okay. So this is what we have here. So we got a bit more to do. Okay, just give me 1 second, please. Hello again. Sorry about that. A quick break to just put a stop on that noise. Actually, it wasn't. I'm sure you didn't find it pleasurable. Anyway, so look how quickly I'm doing it, right? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to adopt a different method now, and the method is simply this. I'm going to find the large tones with the big brush and just finish it quickly because you know I'm limited in time and I've got 4.43% brush, 4.5%. That's the okay. This is really going to help you become confident in painting. Believe me, paint by numbers. I have to be very thankful to paint by numbers, which really regained my ability, rebuilt my confidence in drawing again, painting, because I really thought I'd lost it. I was good as a kid, and some of the teachers were disappointed that I wasn't taking it up as a A-level subject or something, you know. And then because I chose to do science, yeah. Because, you know, I mean, a lot of people have this misconception about art, and it's probably not a misconception, is that, you know, where art careers are pretty small in numbers, and people go for science or finance But nowadays, its art is really expanding. Don't believe all the hype about AI taking over art. Total, it's all this fearful fear mongering going on. And these are from people who don't know much about the technology. I have actually a good knowledge of AI, and I can tell you AI is just like the internet revolution. It's going to change the way we do things. It's not going to take over humans like much people would like to think. It's actually going to pave the way for more productivity, more innovation, more everything. And there's nothing to fear about. Now, if you want to really know what AI is all about, just go and talk to the scientists, not these dumb politicians. And they're going to say, oh, it's going to replace AI art, AI. Why do we need to draw or paint or anything? Yeah, well, you don't draw or paint at all. Even by today's standards, nobody paints or draws. They're just spending all their valuable time on Facebook. So nothing's changed there. That was a question that popped into my head from Quora. By the way, in Quora, I've answered like 1,500 questions related to art. So you might join my profile there under Ferdouse Kalik. So please do check it out. It's so much fun. If you want to learn art, art is such a fun thing, and people mistake it for sort of a born or inbred talent, something like that, which is not the case. If you can do what I'm doing right now, you can't tell me I've got some secret skills, is it? Anything can be learned. Anything. And if you think it can't, and the reason why people think it cannot be learned, or it's something you're born with, is because they want to be reassured that the reason why they're not doing it is because of no fault of their own, but the fault of the skill set which caters to only a handful. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of important points I'm making here. It means that people go through life reassuring themselves they cannot do this for a good reason, not because they want to, but they want to convince themselves that they don't have what it takes, and therefore they never participated in it. It's reassuring, isn't it? It's very reassuring to tuck it away like that. But honestly, I've got so many more skills I can talk to you about apart from this. In woodworking, dancing, writing, poetry, you name it. I've tackled all of that. So much more comfortable doing this. And then you begin to develop the shape, form, and the drawing methods by doing this really rapidly. Look how quickly I'm going through this. It's really fun. You may think it looks a bit tedious, but it's actually a lot more fun than you think. All these wonderful colors that we picked up on this paint. I've drawn similar ones like Picasso's you'll find on the YouTube channel. So I thought instead of doing my daily picking a reference image, I thought I'd do this, to show you that there's much more to digital than meets the eye. A lot of people are too quick to judge without giving it a try. So I just want to show you how you can make some nice paintings. And then this paves the way for you to do some of the many drawings that I've shown through reference. It's just laying down the first colors. It's actually one of the techniques used by traditional artists to lay down the foundational colors first, and then they end up uh, producing detail on top of each other. And people think you can't paint like this. You can in digital. Yeah. Any traditional artist, the method I'm showing is very akin to traditional artists, how they paint and draw. And they should really check it out. You shouldn't be derailed thinking that digital art is complex. It's made complex by the fact that not many people know art techniques. And so they turn to technical competency, which is digital tools, rather than the art techniques. With these art techniques, you can make photorealistic drawings. You'll see that I've done many photorealistic drawings. That's the pinnacle of your art skills, if you can do photorealistic drawings. You don't have to invest in complex tools to learn photorealistic drawing. The phone is perfectly capable. Look at that. As I'm doing this, you can tell that I'm improving my strokes, and even at my level I am, right? And believe me, I'll be faster than an AI when it comes to doing customized drawing and painting. And the AI will never be able to beat a human in some of its capabilities. You know, when you ask for a painting, are you going to talk to an AI and say, paint me this scene, paint me with all that, and I don't like this, can you change it? And can you put it on this canvas? You know, just ridiculous. It's like humans are always going to be around. I think I did a quick blog post on that. I wrote a short blog post regarding ChatGPT and AI. In fact, I'll show you how mistakes it can make. I asked it, so is digital art, how do you do digital art? And then it starts explaining that you need a steep learning curve. And obviously they haven't checked out my method yet. They just check out the pretty bulk of the people that use digital art. I started doing, I remember I was a scientist, but then I decided I needed to move to the internet, so I retrained myself in learning about the internet. Then the internet revolution started, then I hopped onto that, and I really spoke to myself and said, I've got to be a part of this. And then that's how I ended up doing more technology. And as I kept at it, I decided I'm going to join the startup company. So I packed my bags, went to New York, and joined a startup. It was really fun experience. We grew from 5 people all the way to about 80, and I became like the head of technology. But sadly, the CEO was non-technical, made some poor decisions, much despite what I was telling him, and that company tanked, and my dream of owning a boat went out the window. So I come from a very like enterprising entrepreneurial. If you want to talk to an entrepreneur, what it's all about, you can fire questions at me. So I already do things that I really believe in. I wouldn't pick up anything that didn't add some value of some kind, you know. Like this Paintology, I did this because I believed in it, because I still believe in it, and this is how far it's got me, and I'm very pleased thanks to your support. So where are you in your drawing? Can you maybe share it with me in community? This is how far I've become. Look at that, I'm almost practically finished. I challenge you that I'm going to finish this within this time period. We've got like 15 minutes. So I'm going to save this and then I'm going to open it up. You don't have to do that. And then I'm going to, you will see me. Oops, I made a mistake. I picked the wrong one. You'll see me accelerating my drawing at a rapid scale that you've never thought would be possible. So here goes. You thought that was the fastest that I could do. Well, quite mistaken, mate. That was my casual speed. This is my normal speed when I'm completely focused. You'd think I'd speed it up, isn't it? But I haven't, so you can hear my voice. I haven't speeded it up. This is my normal speed. Maybe I'm showing off, but I just want to show you the possibilities. You know, you may be stuck thinking the same thing again and again, but you're not really doing anything about it, you know? I'm more of a doer than a talker. See, I'm picking out these tones. You can see here all these different tones. It really improves your acute understanding of tones and a drawing here. See, I'm going across the tones that are actually happening, and then do some of the darker tones of the blue right there. So you can say you did a Kandinsky. Wow. Really? Yep, we did a Kandinsky. This is a little just do that. And then it's your style because your strokes are what's making this. So it is effectively your style of drawing. Let's look at that. The large swath there. Just picking them out there. Let's get this so you can see that. Now you can see that if you picked a smaller brush and went through hyper-realistically, you'll be here for months, isn't it? Well, not a month, that's exaggerating, maybe a week. So you can see why I like to keep my scales oiled. So get a feel for what the artist was thinking about when they applied these particular colors, you know? And then I got a good idea of what Constable did with his painting. He was so obviously skilled. That's the reason he could do that. He's got the art techniques. And this is the techniques that get you to draw well and paint well. Okay, that's a big area. And you see this sort of yellow. I'm not too worried about the details, just the closeness of it. Just like the Constable does his painting, yeah? I think we've covered a lot of ground. What do you reckon? Yeah? Let's see if it's not totally way off. But I'm pretty sure, based on my experience, that that's going to look pretty decent. Look at that. See how quickly we covered that? And now we've got a lot to do there, so I am racing ahead, mate. So don't disturb me while I'm working, please. There's a lot of areas. I needed to work at this speed to get this done, you know, because I had a vague idea of how much work I needed to do, yeah? But this is super fun when you want to get lost in the moment. Drawing is actually very proven to be very therapeutic. There's a little bit of a different. We notice that's very smaller and more encapsulated, these marks here. where he's done the houses. It's a beautiful painting. You have to admire where he came across this painting, right? It's a bit like David Hockney when he comes with, and he in fact does digital painting, drawing. Because, when people talk about, oh, AI is going to do that, it's might as well say, well, why do you need art in the first place? We've got photographs, yeah, photography. Well, why hasn't that replaced art? You see where I'm coming from? Right? They're all going on fearful about, AI is going to make my. They're probably going to eventually. They're going to say they're going to make eat for me as well. Just ridiculous the way people get afraid of new technology. They've been watching too much of Terminator. But I'll tell you something which AI does not have and will probably never get is consciousness. I don't know if you know what consciousness means, but consciousness is something which AI scientists believe that's not possible. Wow, going really fast here, isn't it? I think I slowed down a tad, so I'm going to speed up again. Sorry about that. Gonna speed up. Let's go here. And I think we've covered a lot of regions here. Are we in record time? Yep, we are. Yes, we're going to finish it. Yes, go ahead. Yes. Let's see if we've got that. Wow, look at that. How we managed to do that, isn't it? It's amazing. So I'm going to save it. Thank you. I challenged myself, and here you are. So you can't complain that I managed to do this. Just got to cover up a little bit of the areas here, which I haven't touched. So 4.43% brush size. That's the brush I was using, so you can do the same. Right there. Still looking impressive, isn't it? You've got to admit. Even with the way I was doing it, right? Let's go here. Where are we? Where are areas that we have not touched? Okay, looks like this thing is not working as it should. Okay. And then pick the colors there. I don't think I did this, but let me try it again. I think I covered that area. And then here. And then here. Yeah, capture some of that blue, that gray. This here. So let's see where we are. Oops. Yeah. Can you see here? Not touched. Amazing. Let's see. Excellent. And now we can see we need to go over here. These areas that obviously missed out. And of course you're going to see all these white marks, but Come on, you gotta give me a break. Uh, The fact that I got to this stage is pretty impressive, isn't it? You can have a competition with me if you want, but I know I'm gonna beat you. So, because I just have more practice and more techniques down than you have. I'm not saying I am, but I really want someone to be better than me on the Paintology app, if possible, please. Because I do looking for someone who can help me shape this, maybe work for me, perhaps. Really going fast. But right now, the only person who's helping is my 9-year-old daughter. And she's really helpful, I have to admit. We have some great discussions of this Paintology. So let's see where we are now. Wow, looking impressive. I can see that's not been done. So I'm going to go there. And the white is actually playing along. Ooh, you know what? You're probably saying that part. And you're absolutely right. That's an area that I missed completely. Probably pointing out and shouting. I can feel the shouts you're doing right now. That part you forgot, totally miss. You forgot totally. Hurry up and do it, you haven't got much time. So I have to eat my words then, isn't it? And say, no, I didn't succeed. Alright, always set yourself a challenge, okay? Always set yourself a challenge. Let's see. I've got like 2 minutes left. It's this area that I didn't practice, that I didn't left behind. Yeah. See, you're not going to learn anything if you don't. There you are. What about this? No. Yes, you're probably shouting at me saying, come on, get on with it. Okay. I can hear all these shouts. Get on with it. You're wasting your time. There you are. I've done it, haven't you? Do you think there's a chimney stack there? I did a pretty good job here, mate. You gotta admit. I mean, if you can do anything as fast as me, I would like to see you. Wow, there's a chimney stack almost. That makes a really wonderful painting, isn't it? Kandinsky, look at that. We have got it down almost. Oops. You know that white that I've got there? We don't want that. Don't get the white, because that's the white that's from the Paintology copyright thing. Nonsense. Okay. There. Just get the adjacent colors and just blend it in. That's all you have to do, okay? Nothing to get the adjacent colors and blend it in. That's all it is. Don't pick the white like I just did there. Well, there you are. You can't say I did not do this in a record time. I think I finished on the dot there. And of course I can touch it up, but you can see yourself. This was the painting, and this was the exhibit, and this is my painting. Reference, oops. Alright, okay, you got me. Yeah, you got me. Alright. Okay, I concede. That was the only thing that was left behind. But there you are, Kandinsky. Anyone who looks at that will know for sure it's a Kandinsky work of art, abstract. So I hope you learned something there. That was block coloring, but it's only a small sample of the power of what block coloring is. You can do these tutorials yourself, and you're free to try out many of the tutorials. And please do so, instead of diving in and trying to do something you're familiar with. You want to learn techniques, art techniques, the very thing that propels someone in a whole world of creativity. And of course, you can use digital tools, but the problem is you'll always be confined to digital tools. And when you're free of the digital tools like blending, layering, autocorrections, this is where it can go to. You can really expand your skills. So thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe and do comment and let me know if you want to see any specific tutorial, and I'll be happy to look at them and show them on the daily tutorials. So until tomorrow, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.